is just kind of a losing lane no matter what. And so, like, where is the winning lane for Gideon to play around? And the answer is nowhere.
Yeah.
And so Canyon, if he can be in good positions, Gen.G could really get there. Oh no. Gideon, you're not allowed to do this. Charm is going to connect. That means that he cannot get out of the way. The flash forward, and Chovy picks up the first blood. Gets the news that he's not even going to have to worry about getting a smite timing, as he just does a bit of a fadeaway jump shot. Chovy and going to be walking in at the same time. The close in from Gen.G is so scary. Hook going to connect there onto Lehens, but he backs away. Keen's moving over. There's an equalizer from Kingen, but now he's going to get closed off. Still, they dive on towards Canyon, who flashes over the wall, tries to get towards Kingen to get out, but that is not going to help him. Empress Divide onto Chovy as they boop away Gideon. These Nongshim health bars are going low, but they're standing up in this team fight really nicely. Kingen getting over as well. He is still looking aggressive. The hook is going to be returned, though, and Ruler just takes down his former bottom lane partner. Extendo Beam not able to take down Keen, but the Grubs are trying to. Ruler might have to try and get out of here, and Giu's going to be able to get a kill. I don't know about that one from Ruler, and Gideon doesn't even fall. It's a double kill for the Zeri.
I mean, they got 2 Grubs out of the fight as well. It wasn't just like they gave up the whole objective to win.
Well, Giu's going to come on in as Duro. That buffer was gorgeous. Gideon unable to use the Keeper's Verdict, and Keen wants to go to the skies. That anchor didn't quite work out there, and to the skies comes down again, and now Giu's just going to kill both of them.
I don't think it's normally allowed to certify twice, but guess what? The big spike he's looking for necessarily to crush a team fight despite the lead that he has, but Gen.G, 2 Dragon lead, TP, take an opportunity to back instead and pick up his Leandri's.
Moving on in here, if he steals this away, that's also feats of strength. As Keeper's Verdict goes completely wide. Canyon walking down the equalizer, though, is a little dangerous. He is just going to tank it to see what he can get done. As Gideon down very low, the Dragon forgotten about by Nongshim. They'll just give that up, but they do manage.
It's a little more stressful. They're starting Otacon, however.
They are indeed starting Otacon. You can see there's a lot of armor and magic resist now missing from Gideon and Giu.
They're committing.
Yeah, Keeper's Verdict comes down, and the buffer is gorgeous. Down goes Gideon, and now it is just a matter of one smite from Canyon. He goes in, he grabs the Otacon, and now he's on top of Giu. Will the knockup come on through? The flash out from Kingen. This is Chemtech Soul, though, ladies and gentlemen. And Chovy is dashing over walls, looking for some opportunities. Empress Divide's going to throw him back, and it's Canyon that's the target. He throws down the ulti, the equalizer not going to connect, and Canyon somehow survives! Chovy is tanking 2 people, though that's another kill going over to Giu, as Ruler gets hit by the Extendo Beam. But the fact that Canyon lives really keeps Gen.G in with a shot as far as this Dragon is concerned.
There's no ults here for Nongshim. I don't know if they can actually fight this without Giu's especially, but with no equalizer, Kingen's gonna have to do some big heavy lifting. He's charging up his heat, and he wants to go in.
Yeah, well, he gets in, he mega cones into the backline as they just evaporate him. Giu trying to stand his ground. These are some low health bars, an opportunity for the Zeri. Gideon goes in, and down he goes as well. And Giu, he was a one-man army in the early game. And unfortunately, it's not enough later on. As Ruler tanking up this Chemtech Dragon will be out. The thing is, it's now easier for him to do it. As Chovy goes in, the charm is blocked by Lehens, and yeah, my heart would go on. Looking for that opportunity as never mind. Actually, no, it was Hex Flash, and now he has his real flash up. Calyx is going to be able to grab some bounty gold by taking out this outer turret on the bottom side of the map.
Duro has had so many
solo. I don't think he would have done it necessarily, especially with Gen.G able to push for free here in this mid lane. Creating those man advantages, getting in there, getting control of the jungle. And Nongshim really looking a little worse for wear in this game.
And I mean, this is just turrets falling like they're nothing, like they're made of paper into a 3,000, now 4,000 Red Bull Baron power play here for Gen.G. 8,000 gold the lead. And they're just fishing for any pick. The kill onto a carry means the game ends. Waves are crashing through. Land's looking for an angle.
They feel like they may have identified something here as Canyon throws down the ulti. He's trying to keep himself alive. They're losing their base in response, but the jungler does go down. Now Calyx, a possible angle here, but he is just anchored up and destroyed. Great charm there from Chovy to start it all. And so that spells the end of the inhibitor. It evens it out to a 4v4. And Nongshim, they're already so far behind. Gideon goes in. The equalizer is desperate, but it is on the right position. Ruler going kind of crazy here against you, who just kills him. What? The prediction from Duro! Oh, give this man POM. Recency bias can get out of my video games. I want to write it down right now. This guy is so good. He lands another one. He may fall. He doesn't even die.
Duro, that was insane.
What?
I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said he was good at Nautilus, but that's not exactly the level of play I was expecting. I think that's not a Nautilus thing, that's just a genius God Gamer moment.
Well, he lands yet another hook. This time it is just a sad Kingen who is watching his Nexus explode. It does exactly that. And it was a little bit more of a roller coaster than I was expecting.
Yes. All right, so win or loss, how many, with this Camille lock-in, how many deaths do you think Lehens has this game on the Elise?
Ooh.
I'm going 7+.
I was thinking 7+. That was my immediate thought in my brain.
Even very safely come over here for this game.
Oh no.
Yep.
Calyx gonna get jumped on. There's a flash. The flash taunt comes on out there as well. The Winds of War, and there is the shield, but the Colossal Smash. And Chovy, he could tank up that.
Yeah, so
Victor's won 7 in a row, and that may end here.
Yeah, that's...
unless Gideon has something to say about it. Lehens is skittering after Duro. It's a great handshake, but doesn't connect it with Jiu, and Ruler just hops out of the way.
Now he's hopping back in. Like, I think he was considering a flash Q on Jiu there.
Cocoon going to connect there as Ruler walking up once again. He's slowed as he flashes and just picks up the kill onto Jiu. Up into the air goes the Elise, and down goes Ruler, but that was a crazy play. Sort of made my brain explode a little bit as Keen will find a hookshot into Kingen. In the meantime, Canyon is killing Sejuani. And if
Canyon gets, if he like...
Here's the dive on the top side of the map as the bailout not quite going to work out here as Gideon survives. And that's a kill going over to Kingen, and they'll also grab themselves a plate. As Keen gonna have to flash, he does manage to live, and Canyon's like, oh, I guess I'll just kill him then. And he does. Gideon's gonna go down though, as now Duro is just fighting off multiple people. Lehen's trying to tank. Duro's able to drink most of his potion, and Kingen will finally get the auto reset to take him down. Well, Keen not going to be able to just hookshot onto a person. That's not how that kind of works, as now he might need to get himself out of here. Cocoon going to connect though, and Keen survives for a little bit longer, but Gideon is just going to put him down.
Keen just got caught up. It was really well played by Nongshim. Like, Nongshim were like, okay, well, Keen's trying to get in. We're not going to allow that.
No! Oh, goes down. Looks a
Canyon, all he has to do is not smite the second one, and then he can guarantee the third goes over his way with smite. Not even a handshake on this. Perfect should just change his name to Chobi.
I really did like that bomb comment idea as the handshake comes on through. Hostile takeover is down as well as Lehens. He's staying alive for a really long time. There are so many sticks into this Elise though, and he is just going to go down. Ruler will get immediately bailed out and then killed again, but he gets a double kill. Kingen, he teleported in. He's looking to see whether he can get even more in this game as Canyon wants to kill Gideon. The flash forward, he'll get his prize, and now he's inside the ghoulie wall. He gets so much of his health back though, and the shield comes in, and it's not enough to save him. The Maiden will be able to get rid of the Pantheon. Man, so similar to those Ouroboros things from that game.
It's a very close game in terms of the gold. The problem is that 3 kills are on a Sejuani and 3 kills are on a Yorick. That's the kind of lines I'm seeing here. It's like, okay, they got something back. It's just not really feeling great as TP is being committed to.
Yeah. Oh, the Justice Punch angle was gorgeous. As now Kingen trying to stay alive, and Keen, he can tank up that turret for just
Ruler in a fight like this. Canyon shows up, Ruler puts the sticks in, has the bailout, and then here...
In the meantime, Duro is dead. And back to your usual programming.
So now Calyx actually did get the push here into the bottom lane, so he's going to pick up some plate gold as well.
Oh, Canyon is going to get cocooned. Ruler is over here though, Lehens, oh dear. He is going to be able to hop on over towards, that was actually Ruler's little sentinel. That's very cute. As Keen just dives on top of Lehens, and Lehens is really dead. The approaching Chovy means that they cannot actually follow up on it, and so thanks for the leash, says Gen.G, and they will be able to take down the Infernal Drake. How does Duro die? Control ward in the pit. Kingen with the push though, as we can see, the Maiden helping out. Canyon just going to move on over and say thanks for the leash. That was odd. They pick up the feats of strength as there's the Glacial Prison. It connects onto Chovy though. He's capable of ignoring it, and Duro He is going to buy some space there. That was a cute little repel attempt, but Lens is still so squishy and will go down. Chovy just walks into the middle of them. The Flash Justice Punch, down goes Gideon. And now even Keen is getting into it because he can deliver Chovy into the top lane. Kingin, he's not out of the woods just yet. Canyon comes on over and gives him a spear. And Gen.G are just kind of styling on him now.
I feel like Canyon always has his empowered Q, like every single time.
I think it's the only version of the Q for Canyon.
Yeah, he comes up, he's like, I stacked it, and you're dead. Yeah, Gromp will survive it this time, but yeah, this is starting to be a bit of a circling up the drain as they almost have control here, right? But Gen.G rotated her faster. Chovy has teleport. Canyon had his ultimate, but he doesn't choose to use it. They play this super patiently as Ruler may be in trouble. Maybe not.
Q is dead. Lehens is dead. And then... What? Why Ruler doesn't get to play this champion ever?
No, I think this was one of those games where... I think they're paying some of the consequences of that, but I think Gen.G are just playing overall the better game, and we can nitpick all we want.
You're going to have to keep up the lossless streak as Ruler is going to be able to cleanse Gideon, and the Chains of Corruption just go wide. That's a lot of sticks. Fate's Call comes down, 3-man knockup from Duro, and there is the ultimate as well. Jiu is going to get taken out, and Ruler is continuing to hop forward. Gen.G, this combination, when it works, it looks so good. And Nongshim don't have an answer to it as Keen is going to dive forward. Kingin is put into the Hextech ultimatum. And sometimes ultimatums really do feel bad. That one is certainly one of them.
I mean, we're
Gen.G
20 minutes in.
Break stuff.
Yeah, 20 minutes in, and Gen.G are just like, can we end? 12 seconds here on this Varus. Calyx is at full health and should be able to clear this as Victor. Although, a Herald? A Herald. Dancing Herald?
Oh god, we might get Dancing
Herald? Question mark?
That would be crazy! As Canyon's gonna get the first charge. The first Nexus turret will go down. Gen.G is so far, it's a 10,000 gold lead at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Shelly is not gonna be dancing because she is dead, unfortunately. Quite low. As Otacon hasn't been started just yet. Duro's going to be the one to take the chain CC this time as Canyon moves in. They know that Duro is dead. He gets a nice little handshake though, as now Canyon going forward. I don't know about that one. He flashes away immediately. And Keen, he goes in, he finds the backline, but he ults Gideon just to try and break up this fight. And Gideon, he is definitely a killable target because they are so incredibly far behind. Keen now just on cleanup duty. He finds the hook shot as Calyx with a crying bee is going to be moving away from this. There's the Grand Starfall. He knew that he was dead. And a gargoyle delivery as well is going to come in as Chovy realizes that they can just walk in the front door because they've already destroyed most of this space.
Yeah, I think he's pretty happy to just walk up and say, yeah, 21.5 minutes in. I think that sounds about right.
Is this the shortest game of this season?
I'm looking.
Because I think it might just be. I don't think we've seen anything sub 20 minutes. And yeah, this is an absolute shellacking. Ruler dancing around the Nexus will put the last stick in there. And damn, that was a statement game. But in this game, it was a Ruler gap.
We didn't quite get the 7+ deaths on Lehens, but the game ended really fast.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's a Chovy angle because if you have a look at this this gold graph, it's kind of like a right hand is pointing.
Canyon got it!
Hey, there you go. So no one saw the signs. No one saw the signs. So Canyon is going to be able to pick that one up, and he had game-breaking performances both times. Set up the early game so beautifully.
We have such an insane jungle pool at the top. I mean, when you consider we have Owner, obviously, who seems to be the best jungler, Canyon, then you have Peanut, and even Gideon is like in that conversation right now.
Yeah.
Man, LCK jungle, pretty insane.
Yeah, and I felt like it was really top-heavy for a while there, right? It was like Peanut and Canyon, and then kind of the rest, and we didn't really know. Owner, of course. I don't know how I forgot it. I was busy like talking about Owner the entire last series. But the 3 of them, and then the 7 others, man, it is the day of the junglers, although it was Faker that got POM last time. Let's throw over to the interview, though, and have a chat with Canyon.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Canyon on the side of Gen.G. This is your first POM, Canyon. How do you feel? Yeah, it's been such a long time since I stood here getting interviewed. But being here after a long time, it still makes me happy. And you guys now have a 22-match winning streak. How does that feel? Yeah, we're actually doing so well. Our form is in great shape.
계속 이어가고 싶습니다.
And since we are still undefeated, I hope that we are able to continue our winning streak. And right, that's the 22-match winning streak against Nongshim. And from Nongshim's point of view, Genji must feel like an immovable mountain. So how do you feel about that dominant match history? You know, I wasn't a part of all of that match winning streak.
엄청 압도적인 상성이라서 뭔가
But yeah, I think that matchup itself seems so dominant. It's actually quite surprising to see that kind of data. And in game 1, the enemy Zeri got fed, making it seem winnable for Nongshim. But Gen.G's gameplay was just so solid. So just what do you have to do to prevent a reverse sweep by Gen.G? You know, our team tries to catch every single trivial details, and that's just the way our team plays, and that's our style. So we try to minimize all those sort of mistakes. So I guess I can't really pinpoint the exact thing that makes us win the game, but you know, we're good. So you are so well aware of how Gen.G is just so flawless. And in game 2, you played Pantheon with the Camille and Galio lanes, so this trap showed your intent to start snowballing early. Do you think it played out as you planned? Yeah, I think it was a great start for us in the game. But there were some accidents in the middle of the game. But I think we're able to take the lead and try to take and utilize our advantage. And you were actually pulling out so many crack plays as a jungler with all the mind games in game 2. So how did you come up with the early jungle pathing? You know, the Victor's ward was in the river, and I noticed that, and I was well aware of that. So if I knew that as long as I flash over, that I would be able to take a lot of the lead and get that kill in mid. So I think that actually ended up snowballing the rest of the game. Yeah, good catch on that ward. And so with all those amazing plays, you were able to get the POM for the first time. So maybe you're just playing so well for that POM. Maybe Chovi's been getting too much POM? Yeah, Chovi's been doing really well, so he does deserve all the POM. That's just what I think. Looks like Gen.G is able to keep their undefeated streak because all the team's players are doing really well. So would you like to say anything to celebrate Parents' Day? Anything you want to say to your parents? I'm really glad that I'm able to win on Parents' Day, and I hope that my parents stay healthy and they live for a very long, healthy life. And your next opponent will be BNK FearX. What is your resolution? You know, BNK FearX, they're a really good team. They're very aggressive. So I hope that we're able to prepare well. And that's the end of the interview with Canyon, and back to the space. Thank you.
Welcome back to the space. Thank you very much, dear, for that interview. As that was the fastest game time of the split by 3 minutes, 2.5, 2 and change. But my goodness, it was a shellacking. We almost had Dancing Shelly there. Gen